Hello and welcome to another episode of the FTM's Guide, and today we are talking about employment. Is it easy to get a job? Do you get workplace discrimination? All these things. Now, first of all, this will be case by case, country by country, because I don't know how accepting each countries are in terms of LGBT and everything and your rights and everything. So this is solely based on my experience, me living in Thailand, and maybe I could speak out for other countries as well. I'm not sure, but here in Thailand, we don't discriminate people by LGBTQ. Now, the thing is, we don't have laws that restrict that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't know the news in America. I don't know all these laws and these policies that they have overseas that you have to have transgendered or LGBTQ rights as well. In Thailand, we don't have that at all. You just have rights as a human being. So there's no law that discriminates this and that. The only law that Thailand, which is kind of hypocritical, is just marriage. So it's not it's not LGBTQ friendly for marriage yet. But in terms of people's rights, we all have our own rights equally. There is no discriminating your gender or anything. So in terms of employment, it is very Thailand here, we don't really care about what, how you identify as. We only care about your qualifications. Now, the only thing that's different here is you cannot change your name, you cannot change your gender. I mean, you can change your name, but you cannot change your gender on your name. Like, you cannot change your gender. So for me, because I'm half Thai, I do have the ID card. If I go for apply as a job, I will be a miss, and then they see my face and they give me the look, but then they go like, oh, okay, I get it. And because here in Thailand, it's so common that they might give you like the weird, and then they realize instantly like, oh, okay, I get it now. So it's really not a big deal as well. And like I said, they really only care about your qualifications. There are some company biases, which because they have to see your resume, and when they do meet you, and this is just bias, people bias. Because the person who interviews you, if they don't like LGBTQ general, or if they don't like a certain part of the LGBT, they have every right to turn you down. But it's not always the case. Like here, I said it's pretty open, so it's really less of a chance that you will encounter it here. For other countries, I know some countries do discriminate against it, and some countries aren't so open, and especially Muslim countries. I'm so sorry, guys. I mean, I really can't do anything about it for you guys now, but this is just like a video to really these are what I say, the things you have to look out for when you do decide to transition to being FTM is really, and especially if you're doing it before employment, like if you're doing it during university, if you're doing it during high school, if you're transitioning, it's just finding a job is an important factor, just because you're going to make your livelihood out of it. You need to make ends meet. So please keep in mind that with the transition does come some struggles, but if you're lucky like me, and I'm sure in every country there are LGBTQ friendly workplaces, companies. I know there are so many. I know for a fact there are a lot. So it's better to work in a healthy workplace where they're accepting of it than looking for employments that aren't accepting of it. If they do even accept you, you might have a toxic work environment where they just bully you. I mean, I've had this experience in my previous workplaces that I've had, I've had discrimination because of this, which will be for another story, which will be a story time for that, because that is quite juicy and spicy. But yeah. My current workplace, they don't care, and they also have more trans people as well. They have a lot of trans people in my workplace as well, mainly being MTF. I think I'm the only FTM, but there are a lot of, because here in Thailand it's accepted that even if you're just a lesbian who is a masculine lesbian, you can do top surgery. You don't have to transition. I mean, I know a lot of lesbians here who are masculine lesbians who don't like having a chest, but they don't want to transition. And in here in Thailand, it's very open. I'm getting off topic. Anyways, yeah. So that's something you really have to consider in terms of finding a job, getting a job, employment. And this is my personal experience. I mean, if you want to come to Thailand and find a job, that'd be cool as well. Because like I said, here's really open. And also really research, information. You got to consider, everything. You look at the information about your country, if workplaces are accepting of it, and really do your homework. So I hope this helps. Please, if you're new, please give it a thumbs up. If you like this, if you're new, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.